Great buildings outlive their designers, leaving an imprint on all who encounter them. These special places are spoken of fondly long after visits to them, like cherished friends whose memories become lifelong companions. A cancer diagnosis is some of the most traumatic news a person and their loved ones will ever receive. When prognosis is poor, the distress is even more palpable. Yet, this was the backdrop to the beginnings of some of the most beautiful pieces of contemporary architecture in the UK, two of which are in Wales, Maggie's Cardiff and Maggie's Swansea. In 1994, Maggie Keswick-Jenks was given the news that her cancer had returned and she only had months to live. She found there was nowhere she could go that could offer her the emotional support she so desperately needed. And in the last months of her life, she became determined to devise a new type of cancer care. Together with her nurse Laura, they came up with a place that would offer everything the hospital couldn't. Psychological and practical support from experts in surroundings that are the antithesis of those spaces that hospitals can be. In what can only be described as an act of service, love, and dedication, Maggie's vision was brought to light and expanded by her oncology nurse, Dame Laura Lee. Today, there are 26 centers, all with Maggie's name. These amazing spaces are all built on hospital grounds and are places of hope for all impacted by cancer, patients and loved ones alike. The power of intentional architecture, with its ability to soothe and heal, is so evident with every center. The first time I stepped into my local Maggie's in Swansea was nearly 10 years ago, just after my late sister was diagnosed with breast cancer. Peace and serenity combined in the wonderful swirling structure of Maggie's Swansea. Designed and conceived by the world-renowned Japanese architect Kisho Kurokawa and built in 2011, the building joins the east with the west and brings a sense of calm and tranquility to all who visit it. Meanwhile, Maggie's Cardiff was realized in 2019 by the Dow Jones architectural practice of Bieber Dow and Alan Jones, whose vision, encased in steel, seems strongly rooted in Wales' industrial past. Coming from the hospital environment nearby, this restorative place has been where I felt most understood and heard. The building makes me feel special. It makes me feel worthy of love and care. There is so much detail and beauty that is dedicated to making me feel better. The expert staff are wonderful at what they do and have helped me to make sense of the rocky and sometimes unfamiliar terrain that comes with being part of a club no one ever signs up for. Through loss, my own diagnosis, and the ensuing roller coaster ride, Maggie's has continued to be a place of hope, solace, and support. At the heart of each center is the kitchen table where I have met fellow travelers on the cancer journey. The empathy, encouragement, and peer support to be found in this lovely space are second to none. Given that Maggie's Swansea was the only one in Wales for a few years, people came from as far as 2 hours away to visit. Such is the pull of this oasis in an otherwise difficult cancer landscape. Visiting any Maggie's, I am impressed by the intentionality of structure and design. You cannot but pause to admire. On walking in, you are struck by the use of natural light and thoughtful interior design. Safety, security, warmth, comfort, all of those things that we all seek in our own homes, are the feelings that you sense immediately on setting foot in any Maggie center. All this combined seem to convey a message. Though cancer might have turned your world upside down, you are worthy of beautiful surroundings, supportive community, and hope. no matter what lies ahead of you. Maggie's has created some of the most visionary examples of living architecture in the UK today, and 2 of them are in Wales. Putting uplifting buildings at the service of people who are at their most vulnerable, Maggie's asserts our need for inspiring spaces, whatever our means and needs.